blind and cannot see the Messiah. In the first reading, we find a similar theme. The prophet Jeremiah talks with people who are blind. They do not see God in their lives. They do not see God as part of their community. And once again, God desires to heal them. My friends, Jeremiah was thousands and thousands of years ago. Jesus, in his conversation miracle with Bartimaeus, was 2,000 years ago. And we read these scriptures today and we ask God to help us that they will become part of our lives. So what is God, through these scriptures, saying to you and to me as we begin this New Week's journey? First, these readings remind us that, like Bartimaeus, when we cry out to God, God stops and he hears us. Sometimes we doubt that and we wonder about that. But the scriptures remind us that just as Jesus stopped and paid attention to Bartimaeus and was not at all bothered by him, but loved him, so does he do the same for us when we cry out in need or when we cry out in joy. Secondly, the scriptures remind us today that Jesus invites you and me to come here today and very humbly admit that in some ways we are blind. And admitting that we are blind, the Lord Jesus says, "What do you want me to do for you?" And I can't speak for you, but today I say to Jesus, I want to see. And he says, come. And my response is, I want to see as you do. Today we have the opportunity to ask the Lord Jesus to heal our minds. First of all, we want to be able to see ourselves as Jesus does. And how does Jesus see you and me? He's very mindful and eager to point out to us our goodness and our gifts and our qualities. And with loving compassion, he will also point out to us our blind spots. Those things that you and I would rather not see about ourselves. And there are things for each and every one of us that we would rather not see about ourselves. Maybe it's something in our heart that is jealous or full of revenge. Maybe it's a temptation to an addiction or some self-centeredness. But today the Lord Jesus says, what do you want me to do for you? And we're able to name something that's in our heart, a blind spot, and say, heal me. We also want to see others as Jesus does. And sometimes you and I are blind, and we cannot see others, and we do not see others as Jesus does. And so we asked the question just recently, is there someone who felt very alone and depressed or hopeless? And I was blind to seeing him. Or someone whose world was falling apart, or maybe fell apart already. And I wasn't free to enter into their world. Did I pass by them? Or did I say to them, what is it that I can do for you? If there is someone with whom we have dealt with recently in that fashion, we come here today to pray for them and to ask Jesus to heal us. But as you know, and I know, and these more than 200 missionaries know who are here today, it's not just those around us that we have to see. And we have to make sure that we do not have a blind spot for. It's our brothers and sisters scattered throughout the world. Our brother and sister missionaries who serve them and lead them and proclaim the gospel of Christ to them. And those who they serve in missionary lands. Our brothers and sisters who hunger for their daily bread because of poverty. Those who hunger to know Jesus and the gospel message and do not have anyone to proclaim it to them. Those Christians who are persecuted because they do believe in Jesus and will say the same creed tonight that we say. We want to make sure that we do not have a blind spot, that we see these brothers and sisters in developing countries, that there's room in our heart for them and to pray for them. Today we are here to know our blind spots, to bring them to the Lord Jesus. And he says, what do you want me to do? And we say simply, I want to see. And he